If anybody wants to have somebody that enjoys mowing, get them a setup like this. I'm not a salesman, but it is amazing.
So welcome back, everybody. I decided to take your advice and do something I think is going to be a game changer for Tiffany and I while using the mower in hot Florida. So we might as well start calling this Tiffany's mower because she's pretty much stole it from me. I'm lucky if I get to use our new mower a couple of times a year. Now, we went over this mower a lot on the channel. We're not going to do that today. If you're not familiar with it, Grasshopper 900D, got a diesel in it. Basically, ultimately, just my dream mower. So I've got comment after comment from y'all over the years saying, why don't you put a sunshade or a canopy on top of your mower? And I've kind of argued against it. Oh, I got to go prune limbs, or I just don't really think it's needed, yada, yada, yada. Well, recently we just did a demo day here on the property, and we had a mower with one of the sweetest canopies I've ever seen. And I fell in love, and I can totally see why y'all said that we needed one. And after mowing just for a couple hours with that mower in the shade, not frying, fan keeping the dust off of me, y'all are correct. So check this out right here. Just arrived. This is my Grasshopper canopy made specifically for Grasshopper mowers. But the key, you can see it's nice aluminum diamond plate on one side, carpeted underneath, but check out this other side. Super powerful fan right here. Nice switch kit. You can add lights and all to it. I ordered mine without the lights. I don't mow at nighttime. I mainly just need the fan, but you can add all kinds of accessories. Really robust, adjustable bracket. You can see back here, everything looks nice and extremely well made, and it's designed to wire right into my Grasshopper. So that's what we're about to do. So let's try to do it solo. Tiffany's tied up with something. I think I can pull it off. I've got some ideas in mind. All right, to start off with, I've removed the bracket from the bottom side of the canopy, and it looks like we're gonna have to install that over the roll bar here. And it's a tight fit, that's for sure. Now I've got to get creative on how to support the front here so I can have it held while I put the back on and tighten it up. I think I know just the thing. Yeah, I'm cheating. What's the old saying? Work smarter, not harder. Let's see. This will work out right there. All right. Pretty close. Now, obviously, you don't have to go through all that. If you just had a second helper holding the front, you could put this on in your yard. All right, so as you can see, this is set at a pretty high angle, which will allow even more sun underneath, but would give you more headroom. I don't need it being short. So I want to bring this down. Looks like we have multiple adjustment holes in here, so all we got to do is just loosen the back. I guess we'll take the nut out either side, rest it on top of my lifting pad, and we'll just go to one of these a little bit lower holes. Okay, so pretty straightforward. It comes with a harness. Looks like it's already pre-wired. And on the other end, we're gonna have to hook power up to the battery. We're gonna have to hook ground, most likely to the battery as well. And then we have one single wire that we have to run over to our fuse panel. We have some empty ports over there. And basically this is an accessory hookup. So the fan will not run unless the key is in the on position. That's good, so if you jump off the mower and forget the fan doesn't stay running, kill your battery. Now, I don't plan on removing my top, but they do have a quick disconnect connector. It'll go somewhere right up here. We'll just zip tie stuff in case for some reason I ever do remove this. Once I go through the trouble of trimming tree limbs and stuff around the property, I'm no longer going to be using my foldable ROPS. Kind of a bummer. Maybe I should have ordered a solid ROPS with this, but I had no idea. I was going to let y'all talk me into getting one of these. But as much mowing as we do, and as hot as it gets here, I totally see why y'all were recommending it. Ooh, that's filthy. blow that out. Aggravating mice. They build a nest in anything. All right, this is gonna be a little hard to show, but this single wire, I'm not done with it yet. I ran it back up from the harness that come down underneath this seat frame. I'm probably just gonna zip tie it to some hoses in here. Came back up in underneath and into here. So if you're installing one of these, you see this connector right here, the yellow colored connector? It was wide open and available. It's a wire that comes off the backside of the fuse panel. So I plug directly into that with this blue connector. It's hard to see, but here's my fuse panel. And that wire actually goes to an opening over here that doesn't have a fuse in it. And I was told I need to stick a 10 amp fuse in that empty location right there, and that should send power up to the fans or to the relays in the fans to kick on and pull in power from the battery. All right, so let's test this out. I got me that fuse in that location. Bump the key on, flip this. Oh, boy. That thing moves some air right there now. Looks like we found the right location to hook up. All right, all that's left to do is just zip tie this wire up so it can't get in any moving parts. Want to keep it off of the heat. Button all this up, and let's go out and try this bad boy out. I don't know if y'all can hear me with all this stuff running. That feels amazing. But one thing I didn't even realize that I'm gonna enjoy so much is I have to always wear hats when mowing. The sun just will blister you here. And hats make my head so hot. I wear hats all the time because I have to, but I really do not like wearing hats. And the fact that I can sit under here with no hat on, I don't have to worry about the sun frying my head or basically, you know, any cancer risk or safety risk like that. That alone is a heck of a bonus. So the only drawback to the Canopy is obviously tree limbs, which some of these are just getting way too low anyways. But we need to go around and do a little pruning. Luckily for me, we have very few trees in the yard that should go nice and quick, but on the perimeter of the property, I'll just have to continue to work at that. All right, well, the sun just decided to come out, so it's gonna be a good time to try out Tiffany's new shade canopy. And I call it hers because she's literally stolen my mower. I'm lucky if I get to use it a couple of times a year. Now, I'm spoiled. You're about to see me climbing an AC cab tractor, but Tiffany loves running the zero turn. And now it's about to be a whole lot more comfortable. So this is her gift. Happy birthday.
Oh, thank you.
That's what we'll call it.
I'm looking forward to it.
So let's show you what this is, and I want to get your thoughts after you're done mowing, especially now that it's heading toward high 80s. So let me show you the fan and the canopy. This is going to be your first time mowing in the shade. Watch your head getting on. That's something new you've got to learn.
Oh yeah, I'm probably going to bump my head a couple times.
Oh yeah, it's a reminder. But the edges have got rubber on it, so it's not going to cut you or anything like that. But I've done smacked my head on this a couple times getting off, but you'll learn pretty quick. All right, so pretty quick and easy to explain. We can adjust all this if it's out of the way, but I've got it back towards you to blow on you. We can also adjust the height of this. So if you think that's comfortable, I mean, you're still 6-8 inches away. Yeah. I think you'll be good to go. So for starters, you got to have the key on. You don't have to crank it up, just turn the key forward. All right, and then you see the switch. We don't have lights on this model. I may add them later, but kick the fan on and see if you like that. That thing is crazy strong, isn't it?
It's blowing my hair.
All right, so obviously the other things you're gonna have to look out for. I just mowed around the perimeter of the property because there's a few more limbs I want to prune, especially over here on these pines. But now you've got to pay attention to this up there. I've done pruned all of the oak trees so you can spin around underneath these for the first time ever. But just keep in mind, this is up there for, especially for things worth mentioning, y'all, like our power pole. You see the power pole cable that comes down over there? That's something you're definitely gonna have to watch out for with a canopy. You don't wanna hang up on some stuff like that. There's certain things we just can't prune. But our yard's quite wide open, sunny and hot. This canopy is gonna be perfect. I think I've pruned enough other than just going up and down the road and getting a few more pine limbs. You've got a lot to mow. She's got all this all the way around the perimeter, the whole yard. Quite a bit of stuff. So
I'm looking forward to it with this.
Yeah, I know. It's only getting hotter.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go out and mow the pasture while you're doing this for the next couple of hours. We'll catch a little footage of it, but I'm more curious about whenever you're done mowing at the end, give me your feedback. Let me know if you like.
Probably gonna be nice and clean and cooled off.
Yes, so that is something worth mentioning. Not only did we get the rear discharge deck on our mower because it's super clean, doesn't blow nothing out to the side, but one thing we got to thinking, with this fan on blowing on you, of course dust still going to come in here, but it may keep you clean and blown off. All right, it's only getting hotter. Go ahead and fire this thing up and I'll see you in a couple hours. Let me know how you like it. Just when I thought our Cadillac of a mower couldn't get any better, that's pretty sweet. And I used to be against canopies for the limbs, but just do a little pruning. Well, the yard is nice and mowed, and I cannot get over how quick you are on this thing. When we finally stepped up to a 6-foot deck, y'all, I just started mowing the pasture, and she waved me down. She's like, I'm pretty much done mowing. I was like, you got to be kidding me. She has not been mowing too terribly long.
I know, it feels like 45 minutes.
I know. It's cut our time down so much. And we used to have a commercial mower before this that was super fast, but this is crazy. And she mows all the way around the perimeter and stuff that y'all can't see. But the heck with all that. I'm curious, how do you like your new present?
Okay, so I'm not a salesman, but this is like night and day difference. Like this makes it so much more enjoyable. If anybody wants to have somebody that enjoys mowing, get them a setup like this. I'm not a salesman, but it is amazing. I thought at one point I was probably gonna get too hot. I was like, I'll probably have to go in and change. Oh no, that thing is like full, it kicks it on you the whole time.
That's right. So she warned me of that earlier. She's like, you better get your recording done because I'm probably gonna go put on like raggedy clothes or maybe
Bathing
just
suit or
maybe
something.
a bathing suit or something like that, which she normally does when she mows.
Yeah.
She comes back being a bathing suit, sweaty, dirt stuck to her, and that's the other thing I just noticed. You look pretty clean.
Yeah, I am. And it's
Awesome.
really dry out there today. I mean, a little bit of dust was kicking up and everything, but that fan gets it off of you really quick.
We're
so,
definitely in a drought. I can't believe how clean the mower and everything is as well, but that's a testament to rear discharge, and I'm glad you're loving your new Canopy.
Yeah, I feel like this is finally the perfect setup because, you know, before when we had the side discharge, we were worried about me always kicking stuff and maybe busting out windows on equipment.
And the pool was always full of grass and dirt.
And now just being able to go on both sides of things and cut, I just feel like it's the perfect setup, and this makes it even, you know, the best part.
Awesome. Well, she got her dream mower. It used to be my dream mower, but it's not anymore. So I'm just going to have to keep running the tractor right there. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it. So that's great.
Yeah.
Seeing you in the shade, I kept paying attention every time I was running the tractor up and down the field. Like her head was always in the shade.
Yeah.
It's got to be so
That's
much more
important to
comfortable.
me too. Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, it's frying right now. So that is great. Well, what a new awesome addition. And y'all are right. I kind of fought y'all forever on it. I was like, I don't think I want one. I don't want to prune. I don't want to do this, that, and the other. But it absolutely seems like the right thing to do. I was recently at a lawnmower show, basically a spring sales event. And I sat on one of these with that. And I was like, oh my goodness, this is nice. And then we demoed a few mowers over here for Grasshopper. And one of the mowers had one. I was like, done, sold. It is so nice not having to wear a hat, these hot hats, sit underneath there. You don't get fried on your head.
I feel like it's definitely worth the price for sure.
Absolutely. Oh, that's good quality.
Oh,
There
yeah.
ain't nothing cheap about that. That's no tarp or vinyl or nothing like that. That's built to last, and it's got a heck of a quality fan on it too. All right, we are sounding like salesmen right now, but the thing is nice. It is so nice. So I agree with you. I think we now have the ultimate perfect mower. And y'all, you don't have to have this mower to put one of those on there. It goes on any mower with a roll bar. But yeah, sweet.
Yeah,
All right.
I love it.
Good deal. If you're curious about any of this stuff, I'll put links down in the description to our mower. I don't know that there's a link to the Canopy, but any Grasshopper dealer has those. You can add the lights, you can add the fan, or you can do just the Canopy, but your dealer can take care of you on that. Thank y'all for watching. Catch you on the next one.